As cases and hospitalizations rise,
We're really on the knife's edge.
masking up will soon be the law of the land.
Our lives depend on it, and our economy depends on it.
Governor Polis making masks mandatory,
This is the least costly and simplest intervention that we can do.
taking action to reverse the track we're on.
We cannot take this virus for granted. The minute we do, it will overtake us.
And preventing Colorado from becoming the next hotspot.
We must take it seriously, or it will deteriorate as it has in other states.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for Denver 7 News at 5. I'm Ann Trujillo.
And I'm Shannon Ogden. We're going to start with the data that is driving that new statewide mask mandate. In the past 24 hours, the state reports 571 new cases of the coronavirus in Colorado. And we've only seen cases that high once since early May, and that came just 1 week ago. The state epidemiologist today says our weekly case average has been climbing now since mid-June. And as cases rise, so does the stress on our hospital system. So this is the graph that shows the number of patients with COVID in the hospital each day. And we've seen that number trending up and up. Tonight, 389 hospital beds in use. And that's the largest increase since early June and puts us on track to hit ICU capacity by early September and peaking in October.
And because of the rising cases, Governor Polis has a message for all Coloradans. It's time to mask up.
At midnight tonight, wearing a mask will be state law in Colorado. Denver 7's Jessica Porter explains.
The data is beginning to be alarming.
COVID-19 cases in Colorado are not just increasing, but accelerating, and the outlook is grim.
We have the potential to exceed our ICU bed capacity in the state in early September.
To slow the spread, Governor Jared Polis issued an executive order making masks mandatory for everyone 10 and older whenever you're in an indoor public space, like the office, grocery store, gyms, and places of worship.
We have to get control of this in our state. We need to prevent this kind of exponential spread.
The decision comes after weeks of pressure from lawmakers and business owners for statewide mask enforcement. And as local governments like Brighton, Castle Rock, and Douglas County have opted out of mask mandates, creating a patchwork of confusion on where to use a mask.
I don't know how in anybody's mind this became a game of political football. It's simple, it's common sense, and it's data. The virus doesn't care what political party you're in.
Aurora Mayor Mike Kaufman says he changed his mind on mask enforcement after cases started rising. He now believes they are the most cost-effective public health option to keeping the economy going.
The majority of the workforce leaves Aurora during the morning, comes back in the late afternoon. And so the notion that we can have this patchwork and it would be effective is just not possible.
Public safety personnel will not be required to wear a mask, and you won't be required to wear one when eating at a restaurant, exercising alone, or to be identified. The governor is also putting a 2-week pause on variances, which allowed businesses to reopen beyond the public health order.
We're really on the knife's edge. Many nearby states have shown us what will happen.
Jessica Porter, Denver 7.
And without a national effort to produce and distribute supplies like testing kits and protective equipment, the state's innovation response team has been leading that effort here in Colorado. And today, Governor Polis announced that team is now focusing on keeping the virus at bay in our schools.
We have enough medical grade masks that we will be able to send some medical grade masks to school districts. We will be able to help school districts meet the needs of their teachers. We're going to be able to get at least one mask per week for teacher.
And the masks will also go to all school staff members who interact with students.